If you are a naturally unorganized person and you want to get your life sorted and get back on track and you really don't know where to start, today's video is for you. My name is Emmy, I'm a minimalist, and I'm going to share my favorite simple principles on how you can get started and get your life together even if you're not very organized. Being organized isn't always the answer to everything, but I personally find that if you have some structure in your life, you tend to feel more in charge and less like you're kind of reacting to things. I come across a lot of people who are naturally unorganized, or they almost take pride in saying, well, my life is kind of organized chaos. And if that works for you, that's totally fine. But if you clicked on this video, you're probably curious to learn a little bit more about how you can build healthy habits to get more organized and feel more in charge of some basic things in your life, so you can focus more of your time and energy on the things that might matter more to you than cleaning your home or managing your budget. And that's really, for me at least, what minimalism is all about. I've always by nature been quite an organized person. As a kid, I would line up my toys and organize them in bins and boxes. And that was just always who I was. And I also have always enjoyed the process of decluttering, putting things away, having a really clean slate before, because for me at least, when my home or my world is fairly organized, I feel calmer on the inside. So today I wanted to share with you some really simple minimalist tips along with the new online course that I've created to help naturally unorganized people to get organized in 5 really simple steps. You can find the link to the course down below in the description box. It's very inexpensive and it's a really nice little treat to yourself if you need some help to get started. The very first thing about organizing or structuring your life is to understand that being organized or not is not necessarily a personality trait, it's a habit. And the great thing about habits is that we can all build them. You don't have to be a naturally fit person to become fit. You just need the habit of going to the gym or doing regular exercise to get stronger. And that's the cool thing. Structures and systems helps us build habits. So that's the very first thing I wanted to kind of highlight, because for a lot of people, when we walk around believing that I am unorganized, I am messy, I am impossible, or I can't do that, I can't tidy up, it's just not my natural style. And yes, you could possibly be a person where that's a little bit harder for you, but it doesn't mean that you couldn't build a very simple habit into your daily routine, getting your kids to help you clean the house, or whatever that challenge or problem area is for you. So the very first thing is just to challenge your own thinking and going, you are not messy, or this, or insert word here. If you walk around believing that, it is gonna inevitably be true, because truth is often not absolute. It's what we believe to be true. So naturally we can't do everything at the same time, because then we would just get overwhelmed and we would shut down, and that is a human normal condition, so don't worry about that. Instead, let's think about the one thing that you want to start addressing. And it could be something in line with the whole concept of Eat the Frog. Eat the Frog is a book which basically addresses tackling the biggest task first in the day, or tackling that big task to get you going. Depending on what area of your life you're looking at, perhaps you're looking at your budget, maybe you want to set a budget for the very first time. I have a video for you below with a free budget template you can use if this is the case for you, but you might also want to look at your existing budget and update it. So maybe your frog, your biggest challenge, is financial. It could also be that your house is a real mess and you really need to go through and declutter your whole home, but then pick one challenge area that you want to start with. Ideally, I recommend tackling a challenge area that you come into contact with or look at several times a day. So whether that's your hallway, your kitchen, whatever that looks like, if it's causing friction, imagine if that thing was done and you didn't spend time thinking about it anymore. So picking a challenge area and starting there will also give you great momentum to keep going. And in the course that I created below, that you can find more information on the link, I've done just that, walking you through a very step-by-step process along with printables that you can use to tick off the list or tick off the area and move on to the next one. The main thing is there's no power in overwhelming yourself. That's just going to create more chaos, which is not what we want. We want you to take gradual steps to get organized in a way that works for you. And the final bit, after we've reflected on our mindset and what we're telling ourselves, and once you've picked the area that you're going to start with, guess what the third step is? Take small, consistent action. Yes, if you're feeling inspired, you might want to invite a friend or a family member over and tackle a really big area in your home, or sit down with your partner and go through the budget. That is great. And if you feel so inclined, just commit to it, do it, and celebrate the milestone. So if your big thing is to sit down and do a budget template for the very first time, it can feel like a big thing, and it could very well be a big thing for you, but celebrate after you've done it. Have a nice meal, treat yourself to something that you really enjoy as a thank you to yourself for sitting down and doing the thing and powering through with the thing. More often than not, taking small and consistent action and doing that whole thing, progress over perfection, is the way to go. And I see it all the time where people bite off a lot more than they can chew, and then they realize when they're halfway through that this is just overwhelming, and they hit that point where they just don't know how to continue with the organizing steps or what they need to do, which is a great idea. I mean, you can get some help as well with this. One of my good friends, Louise, which I will actually link her website below, she's based in Canada, but she is a great resource when it comes to helping you declutter your home, and she's got a really fun quiz on her website as well, so I'll link that for you below. But the main thing is to take action. Take small and consistent action. If you are a list person, maybe you want to write down a list of, okay, today I'm going to tackle my bathroom. Specifically, I'm going to start with a drawer where all my makeup lives in the bathroom. Once I'm done with that, and once I've ticked that one off, I'm going to tackle the cleaning supplies, which is underneath the sink. And then you can tick that off, and then you can do the next little thing. And before you know it, your bathroom will not only be clean and decluttered, but you will also super easily be able to find things and manage the inventory as you go along. So I would love for you to come and join me on the course linked below. It's a really short, sweet online course, but it has free printables, and it has a really simple to use step-by-step process, because I know from experience, also working as a coach, helping people in their career and work life, I know that change is best created when we follow a step-by-step plan, we celebrate the milestones, and we know that we can't do it all at once, and that's not the purpose. The purpose is to build a habit of being a little bit more organized in the areas that matter for you and your family or your lifestyle. I trust that was helpful. I would love to hear from you. And again, check out those links in the description below. And I look forward to see you in the next video.